Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the Making Finance Fun podcast. Slightly later start than anticipated due to some technical issues, my end. We're going to just get straight into it. Last episode, which we're still figuring out, tweaking how to share, how to kind of distribute this, both orderly, is that a word? Audio and visual, yeah, those words. In a good way, in the correct way. We're still tweaking, still evolving. So the last episode, which I think was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, when Clive interviewed me, we're still really yet to kind of distribute that. But we're going to crack on anyway, because this is the time where it's me to grill Clive. And I can tell that he's really excited. I have lots of interesting plans. The final segment of this is, I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be really exciting. And Clive hasn't got a clue what questions I'm going to ask him, or he's not got a clue what's going to go on. So yeah, don't be afraid, mate. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I promise. I promise.
I'm interested to find out what you got planned at the end. I thought we kind of given up in the tit for tat, kind of back and forth challenges, but maybe it's going to become a thing in a team of this podcast going forward.
I think if we could do something slightly different, slightly humorous for each episode, it will get people wondering what we're going to do. So I think it'd be quite interesting. But yeah, I've got some interesting stuff lined up for you at the end.
I'm
I
fairly confident.
well, I'm glad
I'm
you
fairly
are.
confident you're going to figure that out. Yeah,
We'll wing it like everything else, right?
yeah,
Just
absolutely.
so what? It's been 2-3 weeks. What have you been up to last 2-3 weeks, mate?
Oh, last 2 3 weeks. That's a good question, actually. The big one is that we took some time out of the business. Not just you and I, a couple of us from all over the place, UK, Ireland, US, and we went to Portugal for a week, didn't we?
We did.
And we went to Mark's VPA coaching retreat, and that was super. Just to get an opportunity to work and listen and to meet with other people like ourselves who are, solo business owners or growing a team and trying to figure out and understand what their challenges are. So that was pretty good. Actually, just sitting around a round table, kind of like figuring stuff out, appreciating that people have the same challenges as we do, and being able to work as a collective mind about that and help our businesses. So I personally came away with loads of ideas and to take action on. So that's been pretty good. Apart from that, we're just in the middle of doing VAT returns here for clients at the minute. So we're wrapping up the
Woohoo!
March, April VAT period. It's now due Thursday next week. So it's a mighty rush as usual to get all those missing supplier invoices off clients and reduce that VAT bill down as much as we can get it down to. So that's it for the minute. It's a beautiful day here, which is very unusual. So it means Friday equals Sunday. Sorry, Friday plus sunshine equals a day off. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. What have you been up to, Neil?
Yeah, Portugal was ace, wasn't it? Really good fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's not the first time I've been out, but like I kind of resonated with your link. Was it your post on LinkedIn that you did soon after about kind of the importance of having a coach? And I think, I've been working with Mark Wickersham now for, since the start of the business really, so 4.5 years almost. And, would I have been able to have got the business where it is now without Mark? Yeah, probably, maybe. Would I have done it as quickly? No, absolutely not. And I think, a lot of his teachings and kind of learnings and advice and support has really helped both accelerate kind of business growth, but also give me other opportunities to do other things, whether it be speak at conferences or, more kind of strategic alliances and meeting people like yourself, mate, because that's how you found me,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of, all these life experiences that we have, and we could just be stuck in an office all day and doing the 9 till 5 with clients and doing a good job. But I think the extra stuff that we can do as a result of this is just amazing. And kind of the practical tips that we learned in Portugal on how to better serve our clients is ultimately what it's all about. And kind of we spent a lot of time talking about ChatGPT and AI, And actually, kind of one of the things I was going to raise this morning before we really kind of grilled you and tackled your life is around the recent announcement for the new ChatGPT version, which I've played with once or twice in the last week or few days since it's been announced. Have you played with it yet, mate? Have you got it or not?
Yeah, I've been a big kind of follower of ChatGPT since it kind of came out or mainstream since what about 18, 20 months ago. I've never kind of felt a need or have a use case to take it that one step further and sign up to the ChatGPT 4 level. But after seeing the announcement by OpenAI there during the week, I was like, holy mother of God, what's happening here? It's taking it to a brand new level with ChatGPT 4.0. And the fact that it's now expressive, you got the chat GPTs that you could do there already, but that's just in heightened and brought to a new level. It's more interactive. It's going to be on your phone, and the big thing for me is it's going to be able to see what's on your screens. You're going to have a virtual personal assistant that sits on your computer that you can work with, and that's going to be really helpful for solo businesses like mine. When you want to come up with, say, marketing ideas, or maybe you want to proof a blog, or just generate new ideas around that. But even this concept of building ChatGPT agents to kind of streamline and automate some of the work that you do is just going to be revolutionary in how we do our business. And I know, like, people who don't know much about AI will say that it's going to take our jobs, but it's not. It's just a tool, an enhancing tool. So I actually signed up to ChatGPT 4 yesterday. I started feeding the information about what we do, how we do it, starting to build a personal and a business profile. And it's already spitting back like a coach, which is ridiculously good, about the key things I need to take action on. And it built me an action plan on my priorities. It asked me my struggles, my challenges, my strengths, my opportunities. And this is freakish, right? It's freakish. And we even seen at the coaching retreat last week in Portugal, like Mark from New York, Mark, right? Like, that guy was lighting up the room. He had so many light bulb moments, and oha, and I was like, hallelujah. It's like, I was sitting beside Mark one of the days, and he's like, my God. It's just inspiration coming at him from all angles. He was in awe of it. So, yeah, look, if you can see and use ChatGPT as a tool or an extension to what you do, then by all means, please use it and utilize it as much as you can. It's going to change the way we work, not the work itself.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I think the old ChatGPT 4 is now free to everyone. It's this ChatGPT 4.0, which is the new one, which is then behind the paywall. And I think the O stands for like omnimodal or something. Don't
Yeah.
ask me what that means. But um, I saw a video earlier this morning of, it was like a kid drawing a triangle or something, and then it had ChatGPT open on the side, and then it was saying about identify the isosceles or the acute angle, and the kid was like drawing it on his tablet as well as speaking about, I think line AC is the isosceles, and the ChatGPT voice coach was like, no, it's not this, it's this, like instantly. It was like no delay, and it's almost like having a human conversation with somebody. It was incredible. But I think even all the
I
text
think
stuff and the imagery stuff is going to be like at least two times quicker as well, and it's pretty fast originally. So I don't know if all the features have been rolled out yet. I think like with everything that they do is like a gradual rollout, but yeah, super interesting. Like not enough people use it. So in my opinion, I think especially within our industry, I think we're a subset of a subset of a subset. So if we can take advantage of that, then world's our oyster, really.
Yeah, look, you know this is going to be important when the big four accounting firms and other consultancy agencies are building whole sections and departments around AI and their consultancy advisory services and their accounting. Um, it's going to just elevate what we do and how we service our clients, and what value we can add to them. It's kind of like a limitless in a way. But I'm just super excited to have a Jarvis version of AI sitting beside me on my computer, like Mr. Iron Man himself, working on my spreadsheets and stuff like that. So that's pretty going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Like, as long as it serves clients better, like the forefront of everything that I do, whether it's marketing, whether it's service proposition, whether it's tech, whether it's whatever. If it doesn't heighten the client experience, then I won't bother doing it. But I can only see positive things for it. So yeah, very excited to use it in more detail. There's three other really small bits of news I wanted to touch on. Have you heard about the vote to well, I say a vote, it's some sort of like ballot to potentially remove VAR from the Premier League? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, but I was like, I'm a rugby guy, so I'm not too fussed whether it stays or not. Maybe
Well, I
if it was
hate VAR.
Coventry be the FA Cup final.
I hate VAR because we could have been, should have been in, could have been in the FA Cup
Yeah.
final. But then VAR saved us in last season's playoff final because we had a goal ruled out that probably would have stood had we not had VAR. So I think the financial implications of it are huge because they've invested however many millions. All the shareholders of the Premier League clubs have invested money into it, and I think they need 14 votes or 15 votes. And I think Wolverhampton Wanderers are starting the campaign. I don't know whether it's this weekend, next weekend, or whatever it is. I can't see it being canned, but it definitely has to be better. I think it's quite a lot of contention. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that. I just wanted to raise that because it was interesting. Did you know? Now this is really interesting. Okay, so HMRC here in the UK have had £51 million worth of funding, like the last few days, last week, to improve customer service. But there was a report from the National Audit Office, and I'm reading this off my tablet here, that in 2022-23, the financial year, taxpayers and tax agents spent a total of 798 years waiting to speak to an advisor. That's a lot of time,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's just ridiculous, and that believe it or not is the opposite to our experience here in Ireland when we're dealing with the revenue here. I have to say the guys here are very open to conversations. Like they will only answer the phone between 9:30 and 1:30 every day, but when you ring, you do get through to somebody like within 5 minutes, and if they can't help you, they quickly pass you on to somebody else who can.
So
Or you have the
your experience is very good then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, in the most of it, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Like I have rang the HMRC about a few things, and you're waiting for ages and ages. It's you would
It's
imagine
shite,
that
mate.
they would have a
Yeah,
better system, customer service system.
it's shite. It's terrible. I think the only because clients don't really see it. Whilst we communicate as best as we can to say, look, it's not us, it's someone else. Like I think the whole industry in the UK is in the same position. So it doesn't matter where you want to go for a client. If you've got an HMRC query, chances are it's not going to be asked, or not going to be answered quickly.
Yeah,
798 years. That's crazy.
yeah.
Lastly, did you know? You might not have done, and I don't know if Mark Rayner, who we met last week in Portugal, would know. It's International Accountancy Day or International
Oh,
Accounting Day in the US on Sunday.
oh, nice.
There you
Happy
go.
days.
It's the 10th of November for us in the UK. I don't know about Ireland
Yes.
actually, or whether they follow the same pattern or not. I
I
don't
think
know.
we just copy and paste whatever you guys do and just claim it to be Irish anyway. So it's probably
Okay.
November as well.
All right. Okay. Well, Happy Accounting Day in the US. If it's called it International Accounting Day, well, it should just be US Accounting Day, right? But there you go. Never mind.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm gonna stop waffling now, mate, because I want to know a bit more about you. Why don't you take it away with growing up, where you're from, family, and how you got into the industry?
Oh, crikey. Right, okay. So
Go
this is
for
a
it.
lot easier last time around when it was just me asking the questions because I didn't really have to think about the answers. So, okay, let's think about things, and especially these answers. So I'm going to constantly look up for inspiration to heaven. Hello. Um, right. So my background is that my mum's from Ireland, my dad's from England, and I was born in the Isle of Man. So you can picture the funny joke there.
You
Moved to
were born in
Ireland
the
when I
Isle of
was a
Man.
kid.
Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
yeah, Manx.
Are you? I never knew that.
Yeah, Manx. Yeah. So it's
So,
like
yeah.
it's weird. I can have a British passport and an Irish passport, but my passport's Irish. I'm not even gonna go there.
Because they're quite an anomaly, aren't they? They've got their own sort of governing rule, and There's no speed limit, and there's all sorts of weird and wonderful things. I've been there twice for business. We had a veterinary practice out. We had two actually on the island, and I flew from Manchester in like a tiny biplane with about 10 other people, and it took like 20 minutes. But yes, it's a funny place. I didn't realize you were born there. Interesting.
It sounds like the story my mum told me. They flew out. She was working in a hotel in Dundalk, and they flew out there as a treat. The owner of the hotel flew them out in a little like 4-seater or 6-seater little airplane, and she never went back. She stayed. So I suppose my background is that we kind of grew up in a single parent household. We lived underneath the poverty line. And that was, I suppose, a lot of inspiration for what and how and why I do what I do today. And funny enough, listening to other accountant stories and their backgrounds, it's funny how their journey to being an accountant has been highly influenced by their upbringing, their background. So I have to say, on reflection, that's been a major kind of influence to being an accountant, and that sense and the feeling to be in control of your finances and money, and then seeing how shit that can be, that you have now the skills and the talent and the ability to help other people with their control and on their finances and their money and their businesses as well. So grew up in a single parent household in a council estate. It was pretty crappy, but one good thing was that education's free. And I always seen education as a kind of that golden ticket, kind of to open the doors to you do whatever you want to do, so you're in control of what you do. And opening those doors meant having a good education. If it's free, you grabbed it. Like I remember as a kid, right? I was only about like 13 or 14 at the time. But I remember going up on a Thursday to the newsagents. We had the Financial Times. There was the Times. It was actually the English Times, which I don't know why they sold that paper. But anyway, I was like 10p, right? It's the cheapest paper going. On a Thursday, had the business section in it. And I always remember reading the business section and going, this is just brilliant. This is where I want to be. These are all the cool cats seen to hang out. And they used to have the jobs in there, right? And it was like stockbrokers and account executives for London, and they're like it was like £200,000, company car, pension, ridiculous benefits and commissions. Like, yeah, that's me. Loads of money. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And that's where my interest in finance began. That concept and sense of having to be in control, understand money and finances and how it works. And then secondly, how do I get an education that gives me a route to that sort of path and that career? And even today, actually, if I can drop it in there, one of the things that's in the back of my mind that I really want to do for a long time is to support people, or sorry, not people, kids, in poverty in education. So there's some groups here in Ireland, charity groups, that do that. And eventually we'll build this business up in such a state that it can start to support charities for kids like that. So yeah, got through as we call it high school. We did a leaving cert, which is probably your equivalent of A levels. And then I went to university, or this college it's called here, and did a degree in accounting and finance. And the college in Dundalk had a partnership with the ACCA, which meant you got a lot of exemptions from your professional exams. So I was like, okay, this is brilliant. It's a local university college. I think you used to call them polytechnics over in the UK back in the day. I said, yeah, it's on my doorstep. Get an accounting degree. So did the accounting degree, went into practice, did the professional exams, did 3 years in practice. I was so funny. At the time, there was no minimum wage for accountants and trainee solicitors, for trainee accountants and trainee solicitors. So it's like wages were pretty crap. You're working like 40 hours a week. So I used to have a part-time job in Bile Sports as a data entry guy. So if you go into the bookies now, and you know those bank screens,
not actually in the shop as a like a betting clerk there,
no,
or
no, in their head office in Dundalk. Um, so it was like a simulator game. So on your screen, you had all the TVs that were in the shops, and if you clicked and dragged the screen from one box to another, it would change all the screens and all the shops around the country. It was pretty cool.
wow.
And then, like, the other part of that is the traders, the guys come up with the prices. They would give you an email, you'd update the prices, and those prices would appear on the screen. So all of that's done manually. So I used to do that like in the evenings and at the weekends. So effectively, I was working two jobs for like 3 years just to kind of get through. And so I remember when I qualified, the first thing I did was quit the part-time job. It was brilliant. Finally, passed my exams, got enough money that I could live on a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job, be a normal human being, and enjoy the weekends. Um, so after that, I did 3 years in practice. I moved into industry. I didn't enjoy practice. A lot of it was around audit work and bookkeeping. What I did enjoy was the meeting the clients bit, the meeting at the end, getting to know the clients and understand what they're all about in their business. One thing I didn't enjoy about those meetings was the fear of God in the clients' faces because they had no idea, number one, what their tax bill was going to be. This meeting was a surprise. Not a surprise. They knew the meeting was coming, but they didn't know
Yeah.
what was in the meeting.
Mm.
And the second was the bill. Like, Jesus, it was like 2 heart attacks in an hour. So it just wasn't fair. So I moved into industry. I moved into, I was a company accountant for a construction company for about a year. And that was like 2008, 2009. And then the bottom, the market fell,
What
crashed, the
what
property
what
market
sort of
crashed.
construction was it? What sort of construction was it, mate?
Civil engineering, public, like they were doing schools, hospitals,
Okay,
public government works, like big contracts, proper big contracts, right?
cool.
So I moved into, I went as a company accountant for a furniture wholesale business in Dundalk, and I was there for years. I loved it. It was a family run business, great people, employees were great, owners were great. I really enjoyed working there. I was there for, oh, crikey, 7 or 8 years, I think, and that was really good. Like, there was a lot of challenges in that in terms of like we were going through the recession when I moved over there. Like it was really
Mm.
bad. Furniture retail shops were closed, and nobody was buying furniture because houses weren't selling. Nobody was trading up or anything like that. So my role as a financial accountant kind of evolved, and I actually got involved in credit control in there for a number of years. I was like, oh, I do not want to deal with people. Like some of the reasons I actually got into accounting was you'd sit there and punch numbers all day, and then you grow old and you realize it's actually not about punching numbers. It's actually about talking to people. But in that credit control, actually, I started talking to people, and like actually, the strategy we took there was actually to work with our clients, our customers who are struggling, and it paid off. Like we would never say you're not getting a delivery because your account's overdue. We say we can get you a delivery if you can do X, Y, and Z. Can you pay for that delivery up front and then pay some of the bill as well? And that relationship, that positive relationship and connection between their customers and the business actually helped the business grow. Like their sales grew in a recession, their cash balances grew in a recession, so much so that they ended up acquiring a UK wholesale business in Manchester. And that was really cool then to go over to Manchester and align the computer systems and people up and stuff like that. But that was back in like 2015. And at that stage, Neil, I was kind of going, hold on a minute. I'm probably plateauing here as far as I can go because my boss was the owner of the business, one of the sons, and he was the FC. So I couldn't really break through that, as they say,
Mm.
glass ceiling sort of thing. So I made a move. I went to work for another firm in Dundalk as the financial controller there. It was a design and engineering manufacturing company. They make electrical switchgear for Amazon data centers and Facebook and Apple data centers, the big massive switchboards, huge things like you put in 40-foot lorry containers. There for a number of years, and then I probably made the stupid decision at that stage to chase the money rather than chase the experience, and moved to a number of jobs until it got to 2019. Got what I thought was my dream job as a CFO for a financial services business, not too far away from here. So that was probably in October 2019. I was like, brilliant, dream job. It was a payroll bureau, and I was like, loving this. This is exactly where I wanted to get to. A month later, I took a knock. I got a phone call from my aunt one evening saying that she hadn't heard from my mum in a couple of days. And when I called around and checking my mum, I called around on my mum, and unfortunately, I found my mum passed away. one evening, and that was only after like a month into the new job. And one thing I remember from that, and one of my regrets actually from that is I went back to work the following week because it was a new job. I didn't want to disappoint the owners, the management team. It was a new job. I really enjoyed working there. I wanted to make a success. But looking back on it now, I think that was a really bad decision because I know my head wasn't in the right place for going back to work so quickly on that. So Christmas came and went, and then March, it was the week before Paddy's Day, and COVID had landed. And I remember I got a phone call one Thursday morning. I said, Clive, look, with the way things are, uncertainty and things like that, we have to let you go. I was like, wow, really? Like, it was such a shock just to be let go. Like, somebody obviously made a decision, made a phone call, and had the conversation, and that was it. It was just done, you
Well,
know?
so there was no
Uh,
discussion
I,
around furlough or anything, or
No, no, that was it. Like, because you're probably in that 6 month probationary period that there's still kind of, you know, uh, you're not permanent until you're over that 6 months sort of thing, you know.
Hmm.
But that was crazy, and I just thought to myself, holy crap! I've been doing serious hours. I've been doing weekends here. Actually, the morning I got the phone call, I'd actually been up till 4 o'clock that morning trying to put a forecast together in Excel for them to do a funding application. You know, I was like, holy crap! So I felt like very much powerless, no control at that stage, and yeah. But look, at the good thing was COVID, in a sense, right? Uh, we had, as part of that CFO job, you had access to their business coach. They had a business coach for the senior management team. And I remember I had a few sessions with that business coach, and it was giving me some hallelujah moments, and thinking, like, before you took on the job, Neil, they got you to do a personality profile, a disc profile, and mine came back very accurate when you read it and you go like, oh, you're a people pleaser, attention to detail, need to know all the steps and all that sort of jazz. It's like, wow, do you know what? That's
Hmm.
freakishly accurate. So I remember sitting with this business coach one of the days. I was only in the job a couple of weeks, and he goes, we went for a cup of coffee, and he goes, Clive, he says, ask you a question. What do you want? And this is the question that changed my whole perspective on life. What do you want? And I said, oh, right. So this guy works for the owner. I need to make sure I have an answer that, is the right answer, as if you're in an interview. And I remember saying, oh, I want to help the business owner build a business to a certain level to help their exit strategy. And he goes, no, 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 Clive. He says, let me ask that again. What do you want? And I goes, oh, right, okay. I goes, well, let me see. Well, I want to make sure Emma's happy and all of that sort of jazz, and that we have a good house, and it's good, and the kids are healthy and strong and happy, and that. And he goes, Clive, stop. He goes, stop. Let me just ask the question. He says, I'm only going to ask it one more time. What do you want? And it was then it hit me, Neil. I said, holy shit! I had never actually thought, what do I want? And he said to me, Clive, he says, you're never going to be the best dad you can be. You're never going to be the best husband you can be. You're never going to be the best business accountant or employee that you're going to be, unless you know yourself what it is that you want in life. And then from there, what do you need to do and work to get that? And it
Hmm.
was like, boom, the penny had dropped after nearly 36 years at that stage, you know? So COVID hit, got laid off, and I took some time out of the world. The mortgage was on freeze. We were getting paid welfare payments and all that sort of jazz. So I just remember taking time out of the world to just reflect, going, what the heck am I doing? What have I been doing? How am I not on the right road here? I read like Stephen Covey's book, Seven Habits of a Highly Effective Person. That changed my whole mindset as well. That was an incredible book. Read Tim Ferriss's about the 4 hour working week, and some accounting ones about the digital side of things. And then I said, look, I have a really good opportunity to take my skills and experience here and take an ownership of controlling and creating a finance department and helping small and medium business owners by providing them with an outsourced version of that that gives them all the benefits of having an in-house CFO, financial accountant, bookkeeper, and payroll. So let's start up this virtual finance office idea. At the time, a couple of years that Emma's a nurse, and Emma wanted to change her careers into bookkeeping. And she'd done the Sage, she'd done the bookkeeping, she'd done the iPass payroll course. She's qualified in everything, but couldn't get a job because you need 2 or 3 years experience. And if nobody's going to give you any experience, then how do you ever get started in this bloody thing? And I know you're a real advocate for helping people get started, you know? So I said, look, here's an opportunity. Excuse me. Here's an opportunity to do two things. Start a business so we're in control of our own finances, destiny, and the road that we take. And Emma can come on board on a part-time basis and use those skills that she's learned. And the two of us are in control of our own business. And that was the personal kind of goals ultimately. So we started in June. That was my second biggest regret, right? And I know that was bad because you'd started in January. I just think back of it now. If I started back in March, I probably could have set up a Facebook group, and there was so much about COVID. It was a great time to actually be an advocate for how do you help businesses in that time. But look at we are today. So that's basically it. So now we have Bluestone Accounting. The blue in Bluestone is a digital color, meaning it can't be printed. So that's the significance of the blue in Bluestone. It's 100% RGB blue, digital only. So we're an online presence. We provide a finance function for small and medium businesses. We do bookkeeping, payroll, the whole shooting gallery, all under one umbrella. And the purpose of that is just to provide good insights and value to clients and help them grow their business. So yeah, I'll shut up now actually, and realize that it'll probably take up about half an hour of our time anyway. So that's basically it, Neil. That's the journey to here so far.
No, it's good, mate. Like, we all follow a path, right? And it's different. And alluding to what you said just now, I always thought that I could have done better with my exam results when I was at college and uni and stuff. But actually, would I change that now, considering where I am now? If that makes sense. And the answer is no. Like, it's experiences that make you, right? So,
Absolutely.
what would you consider to be like interesting projects that you've done? You mentioned about like going over to Manchester and kind of rolling out a system over there. Would you say that's the most significant thing you've done from a project point of view? Have you got involved in anything else interesting?
Yeah, it's one of the nice things about what we do is what I enjoy. Um, it's the systems and implementing. I was always very good and straddled between being an accountant or do IT. It's like you fill in these college forms. Do I go down the accounting route or do I go down the IT route? And I went accounting because I was always kind of leaning towards the money things. But projects that we did, like that was a pretty good project actually, is kind of mapping out the different ways of working the systems and then doing a project to align them between what was being done in the subsidiary in Manchester and aligning that to the way the head office wanted to do things. And flying back and forth kind of a couple of times a month, working with the guys over in Manchester, helping them implement those new systems, training them on the new systems, and then the SOPs for the way of work sort of thing. So that was pretty cool. When I worked in Dundalk in the engineering manufacturing business, I was part of their Lean Champions team. So they're very much focused on lean and green. And so we had to do like this 6-month green belt project where we got like mentored and taught about lean techniques. And we had to do a project in the different areas that we're in. So I did one in accounts and about how to systemize, how to be more efficient. I think I did one on payroll at the time. And we streamlined that and made it a lot more. Like it was simple little things like you got somebody there who spends 2 hours putting pay slips into an envelope. Well, it could be just emailed. There are simple little wins, but there's other ones as well. I think in the Bluestone era, the last 4 years, helping people automate what they do so they get like more time to use the time that they have to be more valuable is key. So we had they're not a client of mine, But we do QuickBooks online training with them and systemizing their systems via QuickBooks. They operate a photocopying business, so they sell photocopiers and print. Uh, they had a piece of software they spent like 10 to 15 grand on or something like that. I can't remember what the exact number was. But wasn't talking to QuickBooks. And we did a project with them that would do automated billing. And like the owners were really invested in doing it, but just didn't have a structured way to do it. And we put in a project plan for them. They did the work. And I remember getting a phone call from the lady who owns the business in New Year of like 2022. And it's like, Clive, we did it. It's working perfectly. And what it meant is that she was saving like, I don't know, 2 days a month from not having to do manual sales invoices to clients. Everything was being automated. And I just remember getting goosebumps going, I just helped that person save a month of their life every year. A month. And ever since then, over the last 2 years, we systemized little parts of our business. So at the minute, we did the auto reminders for clients who haven't paid. We're looking at ways to collect payments automatically. And then we're looking at how do we process our supplier invoices automatically. Because the business owner wanted to tell me they want to roll back the time that they're spending on the business to have more time with the family, because they're kind of at that age. So that was the holistic view. How do I save more time? And then we take our practical approach and do that. That was a big thing. Other projects like what we do here is a big focus on bookkeeping, because it's not just the bookkeeping and punching numbers; it's the information and the insights you get from it. So, like one of our clients brews craft beer, and the way we do their sales invoicing is we categorize where they sell that beer to, and we're also tracking what beer they sell and to what industry that they're selling into. So that means they can go to like a distributor now with a sales pitch and be armed with loads of information going, oh, last year, our biggest selling county was County Dublin. And by the way, our biggest selling beer was IPA. In fact, we sold 30,000 units of that. That comes from really good, simple bookkeeping.
How do you track that? Is that within the financial? Is that within the accounting software like QuickBooks, or do you do something offline?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
Yep. All within QuickBooks. So in QuickBooks, right, you can put in different SKUs, so we can track the products. You can put in the location that you sold that SKU to. You can do that at SKU level, or you can do it by customer. And then you can put in a category for each customer. So if one's a hotel, if they're in a hospitality, if they have a bar, they're in the on-sale business, okay? So yeah, it's just about setting up. And in QuickBooks, you can have all of these custom fields, and you can do different reports so long as you update those custom fields with the information you need. And that's just basic bookkeeping at the end of the day. So it's about educating people to say, look, don't see bookkeeping as punching numbers. See the end result that you can get from bookkeeping. And when you have clients that understand that and work with you on doing that, they get massive impact from what your services can deliver to them. And that's what it's all about. So by taking control of bookkeeping and payroll, it means we can tell the story with the numbers. But it's so important that the client is on board with that as well.
Yeah, amazing, great stuff. So what would you consider to be your best achievement then in your career so far, whether it's employed or self-employed?
Oh, that's a strange question. I don't think it's a hard one. I think there's a lot to come. I think there's plenty more to come. I
Don't
don't
sit on
think
the
we've
fence,
achieved.
Clive. Don't sit on the fence. We need an answer. Well, come on. What has been your
I,
best achievement? You must have loads to pick from.
I just see what we do here day in and day out as part of just a service that we can deliver. And I think as accountants, we're like a strange bunch of people. We probably care too much about our clients' businesses more than we care about our own, really. So uh,
Agreed.
it could be a counselling service at sometimes. So what's the wins? My wins are my clients' wins at the end of the day, if that makes sense. I know that's probably a shitty answer. One of my personal things I really actually am proud of is the strategic partnership we built with Intuit and the guys at QuickBooks. I still to this day don't understand how a little old guy who works in an office in the middle of nowhere has such a great relationship with the guys in Intuit and QuickBooks, and I really, genuinely, really enjoy working with those guys. And to be asked to host their first QuickBooks roadshow event with Kevin Barry was an absolute honour there not so long ago, and to get a call there yesterday about doing two more webinars over the next 2 months with ACCA and QuickBooks is a real pleasure for me, and something I get pride and joy from. As I said, in Portugal, I really do like training, and I'd like to get into more aspects of training um, guys who are bookkeepers to be better bookkeepers, and guys who want to be bookkeepers to be the best bookkeepers they can be, and get out of this notion of punching numbers and what the end picture should look like. So yeah, it's just about helping people. At the end of the day, I get real pride and from doing that.
Yeah, I totally relate to that. Especially the comment around your relationship with Intuit, with QuickBooks, because I'm just a little guy from Weston-super-Mare on the seafront, right? And yeah, we've done so much with Zero in terms of, we've been to the head office multiple times. They've sent a film crew out to my office to do like a little PR showreel, which was amazing to do. It was so much fun. Got really good engagement from it. And something that I've not announced yet, although I did speak to you about last week, they've asked me to speak at ZeroCon, which is their sort of biannual conference here in the UK in London in a few weeks, which is just absolutely bonkers. So why would they want to speak to? Why would they want me to speak to thousands of people on a stage? I'm actually shitting myself a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Like, and it's all down to the good work that we do, right? So it's not a coincidence. It's not a fluke. Like I said on the last episode, like if you're passionate about something, you're really good at it, and you tell people about it, then hopefully good things will come, right? So
Absolutely,
cool.
absolutely.
So those are your best achievements. What about your worst one then?
Worst achievements? Oh,
Well, I
Jesus,
say
man.
worst achievement, worst experience. Shall we say?
Um, I don't know. We probably have so many of them because I suppose. Oh, Jesus, that's a really good one. I don't know. There's probably been loads of them that if you're not doing something wrong, you're not improving, right? Um, Worst achievements. I probably not doing more sooner
Mm.
and harder, quicker. That procrastination. Like we're at a stage now. We're 4 years into this business, and it's not a business. It's a kind of like a lifestyle thing, which I thought was pretty cool at the stage, and I did offer a lot of freedoms that I was looking for. But I've come to the realization this year that it's actually time to start to build a business. It's start to take that concept from the emit, get out of that technician role, get out of that managerial role, and start being the entrepreneurial guy and wearing all three hats to build a business. So, time, yeah, the concept that time is very limited, and how we use it and what we do with it is starting to be more of a focus on my mind. Maybe I'm just getting older, and I'm seeing more people or going to more funerals than I am going to weddings these days.
Mm.
That we need to do more with the time that we have and not waste it. Like we had got a message there from one of the ladies down the road who's starting her own bookkeeping business, and she messaged me yesterday and saying I've handed in my notice at my job, and I'm like, woohoo, finally done it. And she said she's going to take some time out to kind of take a vision or and put a plan together. I text her back straight away and go, no, 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 no. Now, this weekend, you're to put your plan together and send it to me on Monday morning, right? And that's probably my biggest failure. You gotta act now. Don't put anything off, which is hypocritical of me to say because I'm probably the biggest procrastinator that exists. But I really am trying to change that around and action that. So yeah, that's it. Just time. Time's not your
So
friend.
so so,
Don't
so
wait.
what's the plan for the future? You want more clients, build a team? Like, how does that look like in the next year or two?
Yeah, so over the next couple of years, what we want to do is kind of grow our client base, but be very specific on our service and be proud and communicate about our services that we deliver. In Ireland, it's very much a traditional type of approach to accountancy services. You see your dinosaur accountant once a year, you get the tax bill, see you next year, and you talk to the clients about what you can do for them, and they're like, wow, this really, you can do that? All right, that's not normal. What do you mean
Mm-hmm.
you bill me every month? What do you mean I know what my fees are going to be? What do you mean I'm part of the business? You know, it's a new concept. So trying to break through that wall first of all and deliver that message is going to be key. And then it's the scale. Like we don't need hundreds and hundreds of clients here. We just need like top quality clients who could hire a financial controller and somebody to do bookkeeping and payroll and spend 120 grand a year, or they could come to me and we could do it for like, I don't know, we'd have to price it at maybe 50,000, half the price, saving them a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
But we'd work shoulder to shoulder with them, not a typical accounting service.
Yeah.
And to deliver that service, we're going to need a team of a couple of people here to help deliver that, to have a high impact. So that, in short, is what the plan is over the next couple of years. We'll do it digitally. Um, and it is an opportunity to get into the training side of things. So, looking at the Accounting Technicians of Ireland, they have an apprenticeship program. I'd love to partner up with them to take on an apprentice or two and help build them up over the couple of years and help them get onto their career ladder as well. So that's kind of the game plan in short for the next couple of years.
Cool. Awesome. Look, mate, that's amazing. That's really interesting. A lot of new stuff there that I didn't necessarily know. Um, what about outside of work? Hobbies? Like you say, you've got a family, right? 3 kids, 3 boys.
Yeah, 3 boys, 14, 12, and 10. So we're heading into that teenager section, right? So God knows what that's going to be like. Every day is a learning day and that side of things. Hobbies, one of the key hobbies, I suppose, one of the things I want to get fit. That business coach that I mentioned earlier on, who gave me that hallelujah moment, he said, Clive, fitness is key. If your body's good, your mind is good, and you got to work on your body before you work on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. I do love everything got to do with aviation. Um, Going to airports, I get a buzz. The atmosphere, the vibe of airports, people go in holidays, businesses, wherever it is. I'd love to learn how to fly a glider. I would love to fly gliders, right? Or even a small airplane. So hopefully that will come in future. We can learn how to fly gliders, basically. Everything got to do with getting into the air. I'd love that. After that, I'd love to get back to golf. Used to love golf when I was a kid. Used to go mitching from school. Where would you go mitching? The golf course, right? I actually remember.
Hang on.
I remember.
Hang on. Mitching.
Oh,
What do you mean?
skipping school.
Ah, okay. Right, bunking.
Yeah, bunking, right?
Do
Yeah,
you call that,
right.
mitching in Ireland? Mitching? I don't
Yeah,
never heard that
I don't know. The kids probably call it something else these days, right? Well, I remember coming off the golf course, right, and there was my French teacher going onto the golf course, and he's like, "I didn't see you in class today." I was like, "Yeah, sir, I wasn't feeling very well," and he goes, "Right, I'm still expecting your homework ready for tomorrow, right?" I was like, "Yeah, sir, no problem, sorry, yeah." And he goes, "Right, do you want to play 9 holes?"
You should have said j'adore le golf. See if they've got any brownie points.
Yeah. J'aime jouer au golf.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the practical side of things, and just probably spending more time with the family. Like that's the whole point of this business. It was to
Yeah.
be at home, not commuting, not working stupid hours for other people, and doing
Yeah.
it for ourselves. Yeah.
Cool. Amazing. Right, are you ready then? This is the bit that we've all been waiting for, Clive Hand. I am going to do, I've called it quick fire. It probably won't be quick fire, knowing that we both like to waffle a little bit. But I've got a list of questions here on my iPad. They're in no order. They're quite random. It's just like out of my head onto my iPad. And I'd like to ask you these questions if that's okay. So without further ado, there's nothing controversial, I don't think. We'll soon find out. Football or rugby?
Rugby.
What's your favourite rugby team then?
Leinster and the Irish team.
Okay. And you're a Man United fan on the football side, right?
Yeah, so as a kid, I grew up watching Ryan Giggs and Roy Keane. He was hard as nails, right? So they were proper footballers. But Ryan Giggs is my favourite footballer, and I even tried to have the hair like Ryan Giggs when I was younger, you know, the big floppy do and stuff. He was left-footed, I was left-footed. I played the left wing, he played the left wing. I just idolised that lad. But yeah, so Man United through and through. We have to get back to that actually at some stage, being more of a Man United fan. But yeah, so rugby, love rugby. It's a real man sport. It's like two warriors going at fucking going into battle, if you know what I mean. So yeah, love rugby, love soccer.
I think our most famous Irish player for Cov was probably Robbie Keane. If I'm being honest, do you remember Robbie Keane?
Yeah, absolutely. He's still going. He's a coach now somewhere. I don't know where. He's an absolute legend. I think he's Ireland's like highest goal scorer as well. He was brilliant. I actually was back in like 2002. I think we were playing Spain or Germany, and the keeper lobbed the long ball up, and it had a bounce, and Keno just lobbed it over the keeper and in, and I was like, oh, it was unbelievable. I think we still lost, but like we're not there to win games. We're there for the crack of it.
He
But
he was our he was our record. He might still be our record sale. Oh no, he's not. No, of course he isn't anymore. We sold him for like 13 million quid to Inter Milan, I think. But then we sold Gyökeres for 25 million last season. So yeah, there you go.
wasn't like right. Robbie Keane is like earned a fortune through sales. He's been into Milan. He's been everywhere. Like he's probably
Yeah,
one of the most successful transfer players ever.
yeah. Tottenham, Liverpool. Yeah, he commanded some big fees. So like cumulatively, he's probably up there, isn't he? So great player.
Yeah.
Um, Favorite accounting app.
Ah, right. I get asked this all the time, and it's got to be QuickBooks, right?
Well,
Because like
I
it's
was okay. So I was going to ask you. I was going to say QuickBooks or Zero. I think I know what your answer might be. Favorite accounting app outside of those.
that's a good question. Geez, there's so many of them. Like client engage is really good, and I put my hand up, and procrastination is part of my problem there. I haven't set up properly, but I do follow the guys very closely, and what I can do is absolutely amazing. So I'm now blocking time out to get that set up because it's going to benefit me and the clients. But apart from that, I actually really like Dex. Um, I do have a chat with Paul every quarter about the product, where they're going with the product. I know some of the things that they're working on in the background is going to be really good. But like I have a client that has about 500 to 700 invoices a month. Like I think we're processing them via Dex in a couple of hours. You know, that's just amazing. It's just a tool, like yeah. So it's like handing somebody a hammer and go knock down that wall, or handing somebody like a big massive crane and say knock down the wall. Which one are you going to choose? So yeah, Dex is huge. Brightpay is pretty cool for payroll. They're all pretty good. What's really important is that they all work together.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, you know. So did
Okay.
I answer that question? Let's just say Dex for
Yeah,
that one, all right?
that's good. We've done two out of the 40, so I think we might be here some time.
40, right?
Okay.
Keep going,
Yes.
right? Quick fire, let's go.
I said 40. I don't know how many. Favorite cuisine.
Oh, I do love a massive burger. The messier, the better. If it's not dripping down my beard and all over my shirt, it's not worth eating.
So what? So American, right?
Oh yeah, like a burger, but this size. Yeah, you just your
Right.
jaws not to eat it.
I just picture you with a massive burger trying to eat it and like, oh god.
Oh,
Tea or coffee?
coffee by the bucket
Uh,
load.
yeah, me too. Favorite film?
Oh, Jesus, man. Oh shit! I'm gonna really piss off a mate of mine and say Fast and Furious, but in really, I really like Top Gun actually and Maverick. I watch that over and over again. Oh, The Matrix. Love The Matrix. Absolutely love
Yeah,
The Matrix as well. That's class. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, great film. Have you seen the new one?
Oh, and Mad
Come on.
Max. Mad Max is pretty good as well.
Have you seen
Shit,
the
I've
new?
loads of films we can talk about.
Have you seen the new Matrix that was released like a couple of years ago?
Absolutely. I think I watch it probably once every 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. I just like Emma gives out to me about this, right? I'm very weird. I will watch
It's
four
like me.
movies at the same
It's
time.
like me with Star Wars, I guess. I rewatch those all the time.
Yeah, like Emma goes, "What movie are you watching?" And I'll go, "Matrix, Fast and Furious, Equalizer, Mad Max." And she goes, "What the fuck are you on about?" Oh, sorry. I go, "I'll watch movies in part, but I just watch them whenever I can."
Don't worry about swearing, mate. I've sweared loads. It's all good.
All right.
Favorite genre of music?
I don't know what you call it. I'm not a big music fan. Kind of soft rock, if that makes sense. Like I used to love Oasis. I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I know what type of genre that is. I know it's not Metallica or ACDC.
It's like
Oh, I do like a bit of ACDC actually.
It is the kind of like Red Hot Chili Peppers is like kind of funk, alternative rock type stuff, isn't it? So
Alternative rock. That's the one.
so what would your favourite band be?
Oh, I do like the Chili's. I have to say, I really,
Yeah,
I'll whip them on, stick them on Alexa here, put it up full blast, and the farmers and the cows, they'll be looking in the window at me going, "What hell? What's going on with that guy today?"
yeah. Okay, cool. Starter or dessert?
Oh, dessert every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mac
Starters
or
the
PC?
best. Mac or PC? PC, but wish it was a Mac.
That's a bit of a cop out. What? So you want a Mac, but you've got a PC?
Yeah, Neil, we had this talk last week, yeah? It doesn't
I think
have
we
the
did, yeah.
numbers on the bloody keyboard,
Mm.
right? So I can go and buy a Mac, right? I can definitely go buy a Mac, right? But you gotta put it on a thing over there. You gotta close it. You gotta buy a keyboard for it. So what's the point of it sitting over there?
Yeah, because my small one,
So
I've got it on my dock, but that's my small keyboard. For those who are
you've
listening
got
to the audio, I'm holding up my Apple keyboard, whatever it's called, Magic Keyboard. That's my small one I use normally with my iPad. One of my big ones in the main office, and that has got it has got a number keypad on the end, so you could just connect it up to a dock, right?
right.
Like in your office space, and use it with the keyboard.
Uh,
Like the UI for a
I
Mac
have
is
to
just
say,
incredible.
when I do travel, I do like my iPad, the keyboard on that and everything. I do like it's such a little iPad, but I'd have to get a bigger one.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Okay. Favorite superhero?
Oh, Batman every day and night. It's got to be. I've been watching and playing Batman since I was a kid.
And look behind
right?
you. Look behind you. I can
Oh,
see. Yeah. So Clive is now
yeah.
holding up his Lego Batmobile. Look at that. So cool. Amazing.
This one's got lights on it, but I don't know if the lights work anymore. Probably.
And have
not.
you?
Yeah, Batman.
Have you,
grew up in.
have you got the Batman bus behind you?
No, I got the Batwing. You got a Batman bus? Have you got a Batman bus?
Yeah. If I can.
Surely
think
not.
about it. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So it's kind of like just falling apart a little bit as I kind of grabbed it. Bear with me. But yeah, that's my.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one of them.
I was going to say you've got one. I'm sure you've got one.
I got the Batman skull. Yeah. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got that one. It's like
Yeah.
the cowl or something. It's called, isn't it? So, yeah, amazing. Love a good bit of Batman. What's your superpower of choice?
Superpower of choice. Ooh. That's a strange question, Neil. Superpower of choice. I don't know. Skip that one. No idea what superpower of choice.
What you haven't got a
no idea.
superpower of what? Nothing. You can't think of anything.
Nope.
Nothing. Like invisibility, flying, X-ray vision, power of persuasion. Like, there's loads of things you could choose for.
I probably have, but just not self-aware enough to know what it is.
Okay. Let's move on. Best video game or favorite video game?
I do love Far Cry. Far Cry is pretty good. Call of Duty. Yeah. I do like Gears. Gears of War is excellent.
Okay, cool. What's your pet hate?
Pet hate. Bullshit. Developed a very short fuse for bullshit.
Okay, well, the next one should be interesting then. Who is your favorite accounting influencer? Or accountant influencer?
Let me see. There's definitely a few. Some ginger-haired lad called Neil Criddle is definitely an influencer. I know the love, yeah.
It's almost like we scripted this.
No, this is completely unscripted. This is ridiculous, right? We're not doing this again. There's a few there. Like, I know I started following Aaron Patrick when I started this because Aaron's a big QuickBooks guy, and I really wanted to get into that. So Aaron, I suppose, yeah, as well. There's loads out there. Like, there's tons of accounting influencers out there. They're all turning into coaches now by looks at things as well.
Yeah, cool. E-commerce or construction?
Construction. I've always like all the lads from school went into construction. I was the guy with the soft hands that went into accounting. So construction is just something I know.
Okay,
I understand it. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Spicy or mild food?
Oh, definitely mild food. So head over to Nando's. It's got to be the lemon and herb, right? I can't go for the peri peri extra strong. I actually went to a rugby match last year with a mate of mine. He's mad for hot spicy food. We went to a place. I got the mildest thing on the menu. On the way back to the train, I had to stop at nearly every place. It just wasn't great. I like the idea of it, but practically it doesn't just work, right? So there you go.
You're a chicken korma guy. If we went to an Indian, right?
No, I mean just the chicken, not the korma.
Crikey. Favorite TV show?
Oh, favorite TV show. The Walking Dead is pretty cool. I do enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Walking Dead. I remember we watched Lost for 10 years and just felt like I lost 10 years of my life.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm with you on The
that's
Walking
it.
Dead. Yeah, I'm actually rewatching that at the moment. I'm at the end of season 3, but yeah, great show, great show.
Cool.
Favorite
Yeah.
Disney movie?
Disney movie Pinocchio.
Okay,
Pinocchio. All day
cool.
long. Love it. Love it.
Liverpool and Manchester City.
Fuck. Do you remember when we were in Manchester? Yeah. Do you
I
remember
do.
the story? Yeah. Right. So in Manchester, there's a guy. He's obviously a Manchester guy. He's a big guy. He's like a bodybuilder, And for some reason, the bartender guys they wouldn't serve him, But he heard my accent. And he's like, "Where are you from?" And I went Liverpool. And I realized my mistake as soon as I said it. I should never have said that to a Mancunian.
And he was
Liverpool.
massive as well. He was
Liverpool.
absolutely right.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
right.
I picked Liverpool. I do like Liverpool. Liverpool football, the style of play, and all that. So yeah, Liverpool
Okay,
is
cool. Paper or tablet?
tablet paper.
I know, 2024, right?
Paper.
Morning
Yeah.
person or night owl?
Oh, probably both. I don't do well in the middle of the day. Like I think the Irish are very like the Mexicans. Yeah, it's just one's hot, one's cold,
What, a load
and
of
that we
drug
both need
cartels?
siestas. What?
I said, what, a load of drug cartels? Sorry if there's sorry if there's anybody from Mexico listening to this.
Okay, we'll skip over that one if that's all right.
All right. Favorite cartoon?
Favorite cartoon. I remember Captain Planet as a kid. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Love them coming home from school watching them.
Cool. Favorite breakfast cereal?
Definitely cornflakes with like tons of sugar and a bit of banana on top of it.
Yeah. Not Lucky Charms then.
No, Lucky Charms. They don't exist. We had that conversation.
I know.
Last week.
I had to drop that in because I wanted you to say Lucky Charms. Favorite collectible?
Favorite collectible. Definitely Lego. Lego that's linked to movies. It's
Yeah.
collectibles.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Dog or cat?
Oh, dogs. Dogs. Cats are just evil.
Okay. Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. Getting away to Portugal for 3 days without the wife and the kids. That's a guilty pleasure.
Okay. And finally, third or 33rd?
Fuck's sake. Definitely 33rd.
Right, brilliant. Well done. That's it, mate. That's all I've got. That was quite
Right.
good fun.
Hang on.
And it was really interesting finding more about you. So we've had a chat. I think the next episode is going to be episode 4 is going to be on the 31st of May, which is 2 weeks today. Clive, you're going to host that one because we're alternating. I've not got a clue what we're going to do. I'm sure we'll come up with something before then. But thank you for that. I hope you found that interesting and not too grilling.
That was really interesting. Yeah, look, I'm an open book for people who know me. I'm quite shy and introvert in myself. I'm quite happy on my own. But when you do get to know me, I'm a bit of an open book, as you know, Neil. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next couple of sessions. And let's get some special guests on there and let's start doing interviews with them as well.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you. And see you later. Cheers.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend.